a little bit about myself. I am a retired educator. You too can look this great after 30 years of teaching boys and girls. What wore me down and tore me up were when I was a campus administrator. I tell you, that you go everything from plumbing to cafeteria food to discipline problems to parents, and that's the one that kind of wore me down. But my favorite job of all was working with new teachers. My last 10 years, I was the Director of Alternative Certification at Region 19. And I know some of you are alternative folks, which is great. So I'll be giving all of you a lot of little tidbits of what you need to do in order to succeed in the classroom. I want to have a living, so I'll be sharing a lot of those things with you. Okay? Today's session is kind of bon voyage. We're going to go on a journey. We're going to journey out to that hole that you're making over there. We're going to journey here. And take a journey as to where we are with our own classroom management. Where are we with organizing ourselves as effective teachers? And just kind of laying the groundwork for all of that. And it's going to take most of the day. Dr. A. Walt will be in here during lunch. She's going to take you through a technology journey. He's kind of showing you some different things as far as technology goes. And we'll connect all those pieces together so when you leave here, you're going to have homework. You've got to do some homework to do it at home so you can come in next time and kind of continue the journey. But we'll have fun doing. I'm going to work you to death. I'm going to work and work and work. That's the only way you learn is by working and doing. And I'm one of those that truly believes in doing. So I see everybody's nameplate, pretty much everybody's nameplate. You should have turned in or gotten a ticket for the door prize. Everybody got a ticket for door prizes? Anybody does not have a ticket for a door prize? Okay, good. And you should have something, I hope, to take notes on. If not, just borrow a piece of paper from somebody who's going to be writing lots of things down. This is a doing workshop that I want you to be able to take things with you. Okay, take things with you so that you learn and you can use them later on. Let me take a status of the class real quick. How many in here are high school? You want to high school folks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 8. Middle school. Maybe that generalist school through 8 or medical through 8. About the same. Elementary. I'm elementary too. I taught everything kinder through 8th grade. Sorry, high school folks, I skipped high school. Couldn't do high school. But then I went into helping and working with teachers, so I know where you are. So that kind of gives me an idea. When you go over it, if you see Dr. Hale, you can let her know there's probably about 8 high school, 8 middle school, and the rest of the elementary folks that are taking over the clinic. And that's okay, because I'm elementary too. Good. All right, needed to do that real quick. She was up here checking so that she could kind of filter her presentations to you all, so she'll be able to do that. Bon voyage. What does it mean to bon voyage? Does it mean to take a journey? Does it mean, go ahead and look at the definition that I have for bon voyage. I see myself getting on a cruise ship and sailing away. This is an expression, ladies and gentlemen, used to say farewell, good wishes to a traveler. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking. So bon voyage to all of you. Farewell. No, you're not leaving here. I'm going to shut the door in a minute. But we're departing as travelers. We are. We're going to have fun as we go through this journey together. Now, if we were in the perfect classroom, in Mary's classroom with tables, I have maps all over the place because that would then connect to the boys and girls. What are we doing? What do we do with maps? We take journeys, don't we? We don't have that environment, so we need to kind of help picture it. And that's something that kids can't do right now. They don't have that mechanism to pretend. And so sometimes we have to help them pretend and play. When I was growing up, and you need to envision this, dinosaurs were roaming El Paso, but I was able to get underneath the chair, and with Kleenex and little boxes, I made Barbie dream house to die for. Our kids don't know how to do that now. Everything is given to them in the little games and things that they play. So sometimes you have to envision, and you have to show boys and girls how to pretend, how to think. So I need you to do that as an effective teacher right now. Envision this room as a journey. Maps all over the place. Suitcases galore. Because we're going to pack our bags and we're going to take off on our journey of becoming an effective teacher. You've registered to participate in the journey of a lifetime. And your lifetime journey is that you're going to be a teacher. How many of you have already student taught? Do we have any that's already student taught? Great. So you're going to use this workshop to get your foot in the door and get that first job, aren't you? Tell them, I went to a classroom management workshop. I know how to do this and this and this. How many of you will be student teaching in the fall? All right, you're going to use this to dazzle that cooperating teacher and show him or her, look what I already know. How many of you are alternative folks that are trying to secure that job so that you will be in the classroom in the fall? So we're doing some alternative folks too. Perfect. You and your fellow teacher travelers are going to leave the sights and sounds, and you can hear the beep, beep, beep out here. And we're going to leave the sights and sounds of El Paso, and we're going to start that journey as an effective teacher. I'm a biggie, especially with boys and girls, in telling them at the beginning of the lesson the who, the what, the when, the where, the how, the why. The 5 W's and H. And one of the things, this is a teaching tip, one of the things I've always had in my classroom on the back wall were those 5 W's and H. Boys and girls thought it was for them for writing, which it was. But it was also a reminder to me to make sure they knew what we were doing, why we were doing it, how we're going to do it, when we're going to do it, and wrote everything down for them. And you need to tell, that's part of presenting your lesson to boys and girls. And those are the elements, and next time you come, we'll talk about lesson planning. Those are the elements that you include in your lesson plan. So up front, we're going to look at the who, what, why, when, where, and how. 5 W's and H. Who? You. And I've already kind of, many of you know each other already. I can tell I have some clicks in here. Putting names on people's careers. That's okay. We won't name names, will we? But many of you know each other from classes, and you're going to get to know each other even better as we proceed through this actual unit travel. What? This week you're going to visit, I shouldn't say this week, this summer you're going to visit exciting sites. We're going to have a fiesta next time you come, and then the last session in August we're going to have a luau. We're going to make it fun. Learning should be fun. It shouldn't be in a sterile classroom like this, so I'm going to do my very, very best to make learning fun. You are giving up a Saturday, so I'm going to make you want to come back to get more and more and more. And that's what you do with boys and girls. That's what we're going to do. We are going to go through all those things that you need in order to survive your student teaching, your first year of teaching, whatever. We are going to help you get through that because it's not easy. And I'll share some data with you in the last session to show you that it's not easy. Why? As we go through each of our elements, I'm going to stop periodically and ask you to reflect. Okay, to think about how can I use the learning that has been shared with me in my own classroom to reflect. Research says, I don't do this just for fun, research says that if you stop and reflect learning, it becomes yours. And that's what you want. So I'm going to show you a tool. Some of you may have had PPR sessions with me or ELA sessions with me for the Texas exam. I'm going to show you how to use that reflection tool to where you can go back and you'll know exactly what it is. You know what what you need to do, everything's going to be there, so it becomes your own learning. So I'm going to show you how to reflect, because you should also always stop and digest things and think about it. And I'm not knocking your classes, but so often professors give you lots of information, but they don't give you that opportunity to digest it. And until you digest it, it doesn't become yours. And I want you to leave with our 3 sessions this summer with the information becoming yours. So I'll show you a tool to do that you can add to your suitcase. When? This Saturday, June 21st, July 19th, and finally August 9th. We highly encourage you. You better be here for all 3. Because I'm going to put you in groups, and your groups are going to depend on you. And I know life happens, and you'll do the very best you can. But you need to be here for all 3 sessions. I encourage you to do that. I'm highly encouraged. Will they be getting certificates at the end to show that they attended?
Yes, once, if you are coming to 3, you do need to RSVP with your dean at Salas, letting her know. Once you come to those 3, that's when you get your certificate. If you only come to 1, please notify me before the end of the day. That way we can send out your certificate by the end of next week.
And see, those of you that are getting ready to interview for jobs, think of how great that is to open your teaching portfolio and show that you have 18 hours of classroom management. That's a plus for you. As a principal, if I had a new student coming in and they wanted that teaching job, and I had student A that took lots of neat courses at UTEP, and student B took all the neat courses at UTEP, in addition to classroom management, I would look at this other student, because that tells me they have some luggage already in their travel bag. And so that's what I look at. So it's important that you look at it that way. Where? UTEP. Notice I didn't put where Ruby, because that's ever changing, but UTEP will be here at UTEP. How? How are we going to do this? Oh, a very different job. We're going to fill your toolbox, your luggage. I'm a big believer in visuals. We're going to fill your toolbox with different tools that are going to help you. You know, sometimes it's important to have that level so that you're even, you're balanced within the classroom. Because you may have lots and lots of slow learners and very few of those high achievers. How do you do that? How do I work with that in my classroom? How do I kind of tighten those loose bolts and nuts that are out there? Not the kids, we're not calling them nuts. Sometimes there's loose things that you need to kind of tighten up. What can I do as an effective teacher to tighten those up? What can I do to kind of take apart? Because we have to show kids how to dissect our own learning, our own teaching. So we're going to fill your toolbox with lots and lots of tools. And again, I'm very, very visual on everything. Direction. What direction are you going? You need to know that direction as you plan for your classroom management, as you plan your lesson. You want to know. So we're going to fill your toolbox so by the end, all of you are champions. You're all winners. And so with your tools that we share, with the different ideas that I share with you, you're going to be ready to walk into those interviews, walk into those student teaching because you're really being interviewed the whole 12, 15 weeks you're student teaching. They're watching you. You know, one of my other jobs is I go out and observe student teachers, especially in the Canutillo area. I do mostly West El Paso and Canutillo. And let me tell you, those student teachers that dazzle, they will drop right away. And that's because they come with those tools. They're ready to share. They're ready. They become not the cooperating teacher and the student teacher. They become partners in crime. And those kids are in for a neat learning experience. And that's the way it should be. That's the way partners, equal. And that's the way I want to get you to where you can go in there and you can be equal partners. Except for my alternative vote, you're on your own in the classroom, but you'll have a mentor teacher that will be there to support you. They won't be in the classroom with you all the time, but they'll be there to support you. So we'll be